Hello everyone, this is Nick and I'm making this video while I am not wearing anything. I'm wearing pants by the way. So this video is about what is the number one trait you can have as a appointment setter who is just starting out or maybe is in the grind and in the trenches. And this is from my experience, and I've been appointment setting from over 30-40 days. From the last 30-40 days, we have booked around 75 to 80 appointments. That's just my guess. And we finally started closing. Like in the last 3 days, we got three closes. Two guys refunded, but yeah, we got one guy who's locked in, and we're getting more. So we finally started to get closes and all that, and that is my track record. We're making progress and all that, and I know what I'm talking about when I say we like I appointment set, and just a bit of more tracking the notes. I have sent about over, just a second, I've sent around 5,788 outbound DMs, and have around 2,000 conversations, and yeah, I know my stuff. So me and my boss were talking the other day about like why it's really hard to find a really good setters, and I was like, oh, why is that so hard? And he said they lack consistency. And I was like, that is so fucking true, because I always like, for me, I've always lacked this thing, which is just being consistent at, okay, I'm calling this word consistency, but let me define it for you guys. Consistency is basically doing the same thing over and over and over again. Literally just doing the same thing, the same inputs over and over again. And most people suck at this. And the reason I say the reason I say this because most people are not successful, and one of the reason is just consistency. Because if you are, this is my assumption, that if you are just consistent at something, then you might probably just be successful. If you are consistent at just making YouTube videos for 10 years, you will probably be you'll probably have a lot of subscribers by the end of 10 years. If you actually make really good content and focus on improving after every single day, you will have a lot of fucking followers. But that is if you actually stay consistent at it. So consistency is probably the greatest tag that you can have as a setter. And I'm going to tell you with my experience. Okay, so when I joined with my boss 40 days ago, we started working together 40 days ago. We actually knew each other from a while, but he actually contacted me and he said, hey, I got this new opportunity, you want to take a look at it? And I was like, fuck it, let's go do it. So I started working there, and he fucking taught me a lot of stuff about appointment setting here, there, and he gave a fuck ton of resources uh, to me. He taught a bunch of stuff that he learned from his mentor to me. He invested a bunch of things into me, and every single day I was like, fuck me, like this shit sucks. Every single day I was like, this shit sucks, because I was doing the work, and we were in the beginning we were not setting appointments. Then we started setting like maybe we set like one or two appointments one day. Then we started setting like really good appointments, like we were having two to three calls. Then on the launch day we had like 6 to 7 calls booked. That was like an insane amount of dopamine. And then from that time we started to consistently book calls every single day, and two three something like that. Some days of course were bad, like we got zero calls booked. Some days we got like really good days, which were like we got 8 calls booked, all that. And we have come a long way. The main thing that I want to give myself credit for is just being consistent at doing the inputs, and yeah, just being consistent at doing the inputs. So if you're a guy who is starting the setting journey, just focus on being consistent with your inputs. And when I say inputs, just focus on the outbound DMs. Like just focus on the DMs. The focus on the controllables. What are the controllables? How many DMs did you send? How many follow-ups did you do? How many hours were you actually active there in front of the conversation and actually having conversations, and not just copy pasting a fucking script. So that is what I like actually count myself upon. Of course, I fail sometimes, and I have been trying. So I've been trying to just like I have been trying to actually just go and meet my standard every day. Of course, like the daily KPI is 150 outbound, and for us right now, like we went from like 100 KPI per day, then we went to 130, then we went to 160. per day. Then we went to 200, then 250, and like right now we are at 150. It's been a fucking crazy journey, and right now we're doing 150, but we're like qualifying them so fucking hard. Like if that guy just like kind of gives a vibe that that guy might be broke, nah, I'm just like not even counting them. So really qualified people. I'm working really qualified people with them, and yeah, the results are really great. And I don't know what to like say to you guys on this one, because when people say, hey, just be consistent, it doesn't help. It really doesn't help. And from what I've learned and from what I've observed, when it is like just like I literally sometimes don't want to work. Like right now it's 5:30 p.m. I have not started any work for the day. It takes me 12 hours to send 150 with the time cadence and all that. And if I'm going to start right now, it would take me 5 a.m. So I'm not going to sleep tonight. That is a fucking hell of a drug. And after that, I also aim to do 750 follow-ups today. That is also a hell of a fucking drug. Just gonna remove that word. That is also a fucking hell of a task. And both of those, and then also follow with some people who we send booking links to. That is the level of input that I want to, that needs to be done. And that shit sucks. The only advice that I think that I can give on this one is just being able to reframe. And I'll tell you why I say that, because a lot of the times when I was just like, fuck me, like I legit cannot be bothered. Fuck, like I want to go ahead and just scroll on my phone and just procrastinate, do something else. I was like, okay, fine. This is me feeling stressed, and me like just this is me feeling stressed, and I want to like relieve that stress by doing something else. But if this is me feeling stressed, then I can work despite being stressed. So it's like, fuck this. I'm going to feel stressed, and I can't do fucking shit about the fact that I'm feeling stressed and feeling sad and miserable or all that whatever. I'm going to work regardless, and then I would just sit here and just start the outbound, start the follow-ups, and honestly, fuck, the follow-ups, the following up with people is just it's miserable. I wouldn't call it miserable, but I don't think anybody enjoys it. So like I have tried a lot of things, which is I sometimes in the past used to just watch podcasts while I am following up with people. It's just a robotic task, or some basic things like podcasts, maybe podcast while doing outbound and all that. What works for me right now is just pure focus. Just I'm going to do the thing and not anything else. Just work, and that has been working. Um, take it as you like. And the only thing like that's just like the thing that I told you about the stress, which is you cannot be consistent at that thing because you have not done, you cannot be consistent at that particular behavior because you have not done that behavior before, and you have not gotten rewarded for doing that. So people do things because they have been rewarded for doing things. You have never been rewarded for being consistent at that thing, so you won't do it. It's just like the guy who starts going to the gym, but in the beginning it's hard until you get rewarded, and then the first day that you get rewarded, it just feels like fuck, and then you fucking go and do it again. And the thing is, in my opinion, the main days that matter is the days when you feel like you absolutely cannot be bothered to go, like to go and do the work. At least like that is what the dots that I can connect with. Because when I was like cultivating this habit of gym, I know like my muscles are not that great right now. I haven't trained in like 6 months. But when I was like trying to cultivate this just habit of going to the gym, the like when you're actually motivated and want to go, it's just like you go to the gym. But the evidence that you want to have with yourself is about the bad days. Like what do you do when you don't feel motivated? Because like that is the story that you're going to tell yourself about the fact that you're really committed to this thing or not. Because like most people can do anything that they want, like for 1 day, 2 day when they are motivated. And it doesn't take a lot, and like it just, I think it's just about the story that you tell yourself at the end of the day. And the more powerful the story that is that you tell yourself, the the next behaviors that you guys will do will align to the story that you tell yourself. And I have been just trying to change that story, and of course I fail a lot of times, and today I aim to not fail. I don't know if that is going to happen or not, because a main constraint of mine is just fucking sleep, bro. Like, I'm sleep deprived. Sleep deprived, I don't have a consistent sleep schedule, so that is also a main constraint. Another constraint, so I guess I'll fix that. And we will we will like just aim for the, I will aim for the type of person who actually give it his all while working. And that is the story that I want to tell myself about the type of person that I am. Yeah. So if you want to be consistent, which I am, so I am giving. If you want to be consistent, just ask yourself this question: what would a consistent guy do? And then just do that thing. And you have to just do that thing even when you're uncomfortable doing it, and just expect it to suck. And a major mistake which I think I did was just listening to these YouTubers who talk the stuff about easy, fast, how to do it easy, fast. You will love it, and effortless. I think that's just fucking like, it's shit. It's garbage. It's total just bad. I don't know, bad marketing. It's misleading marketing, because if it were effortless, uh, easy, and whatever, like those words, then it just fucking doesn't matter, because everybody would able to do it. I think the reason that I am actually seeing some success in the journey that I'm in is because I have sucked in some bad days, and like only a few bad days. Like there have been a lot of bad days in the future, like in the past, that I've failed in, of course. But I have, regardless of the bad days, maybe some days, I'm gonna be honest. Some days I just fucking couldn't. I just like, oh, fuck me. I cannot be bothered. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm not working today, and just like scrolled on the phone for literally the whole fucking day. It's like 5 a.m., 6 p.m., it's 8 p.m., and I haven't sent a single outbound yet, and there's a fuck ton of work that needs to be done. I haven't responded to any leads, and it's horrible. And the boss is like, bro, where are you? And of course, what do I even say, right? And in that moment, I think it's just about the story that you're going to tell yourself, because you can be reasonable in telling your boss that, just maybe lying to your boss, maybe like, hey, I was caught up with some shit, or I was doing this or doing that. You can say you can say that to your boss, and he will be like, okay, fine, whatever, do it tomorrow again, do it, like get it done tomorrow and whatever. But the work hasn't done. So in the end, like at the end of the day, you will not get the fucking results that you fucking want. So the only, I like to just shut up, like I like to just shut up, like everything which is around me, which is all of the negatives which I do. And maybe let's say I just fucking go ahead and scroll Instagram for like an hour, and I just feel terrible. Okay, of course I don't do that often, but I just feel fucking terrible. What then? What then? Like, am I going to just, like, am I going to like be the fact that I've scrolled on Instagram, uh, be the reason that I fucking wasted my whole day just scrolling on Instagram, or just eating bad food, or just eating junk food or some shit like that? No, because like the work needs doing. And I think I have kind of grown that trait of, fuck it, I am going to do the, I'm actually just going to fucking put in the inputs. And right now, like, yeah, I have enough evidence for the fact that, okay, I fucking put the inputs, which is the minimum, which is like minimum fucking inputs, just to fucking move the ball forward. But right now I'm just like working on the constraint of, okay, how do I fucking put so much input, which like through which I can just impress myself, which is a new goal that I am aiming for, which is because I don't feel happy when I don't try for fucking hard. Like, I just feel like, bro, that is not something that I'm proud of. Like, this is not a type of man that I want to be, who just does some who aims for the average work so that we can get the average results and all that. So hopefully this video helped somebody, and hopefully somebody got something out of this. This was the video, everyone, and yeah, I'll try to upload more often. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.